Go.
Often the villain is right, they see things more clearly. Villains are considered evil because they challenge what people refuse to see the truth.
Yeah, so basically everyone smart is vilified, and when logic is vilified, we are all doomed. So, yep. Dude, the squirrel was ahead of his time. I'm just saying. Squirrel was ahead of his time. Yeah. So that's the thing. We're in this aspect where you have to agree with the masses or you'll be burned at the stake. Yeah, I thought we got over that, but apparently not. Let's see. But speaking of which, hey, we saw the Chris Rock special. We actually took time off to watch somebody rant and complain about society. The interesting thing about that, I enjoyed it. 2, it was interesting hearing the audience reaction. For those who don't know, it was Chris Rock's selective outrage. Okay. This guy, right? His audience and his comedy was essentially geared towards that audience, that group, that community, right? And you could hear certain jokes. People half laughed and half were like, oh, ooh. And to me, it's a comedy routine. It's supposed to be funny. You either find it funny or you don't. But the audible, like 50-50 kind of thing, right? It's interesting that half of those reactions were, I'm not going to say negative, but like, a little cringy. They worried. And that was the start of his comedy show. It was like, people live in fear of what they can say, what they can do, what they can show, what they can laugh at. And that is, it's very interesting. It's like people wanted to express something for the story or the joke, but they felt laughter. They would have been, I don't know, vilified or criticized because they laughed at a particular joke. So,
with our current state of the world and oversaturation of being PC, people no longer feel free to laugh.
That's the thing. People have a fear of laughter. And if laughter is the best medicine, you're all going to die. You're all going to die. And you're literally killing yourselves. So, that's the thing. They would opt for a ooh reaction, an oversensitive reaction, rather than laugh and say, you know what, I found this funny. Because they're worried about the room of judgment. Everyone's judging you. You laughed at that one Chris Rock joke. You laughed at that one Dave Chappelle bit. That's scary. That is scary. Because decades ago, if it was Eddie Murphy doing a particular brand of humor focused on a particular community that would understand that humor, laughter all throughout the house, all the time. Not one, well, maybe if it got a little raunchy, but there you go. It's crazy, right? Like, if we live in a society that has a fear of laughter, then what are we doing? Like, dude, didn't anybody go to like one of those TJ Maxx stores and you see those stupid little signs that say live, love, laugh? All right? Nobody wants to love because everyone's filled with hate. Nobody wants to laugh because they have a fear of it. And those two are very crucial to living. So you're taking out two and you're destroying the living part. If you can't laugh and love, then essentially you're not living. So those signs should be burned, apparently. Eddie Murphy would be canceled today if he did a routine from back then. But those routines were funny back then because people could laugh. People didn't take themselves seriously. So the problem with the internet is everybody became their own little celebrity. I'm somebody. Don't you see I have a phone? Don't you see I posted this video and it got 1,000 views? I'm me. I'm somebody. You are somebody, but somebody of importance? That's kind of debatable. You know? I don't consider myself somebody of importance. I'm just here, trying to laugh, live, and love. Apparently can't do that anymore. They're trying to live, laugh, love. Get them. Wait. The thing is about comedy, like older comedians, they have more, I guess, real world experience. They're not constantly, looking at a phone. They had other things to talk about. They were observational about society, daily events, et cetera, et cetera. I have seen comedy bits about people talking about selfies. And yeah, you get a little out of that. But I'm like, just talking about what they're seeing on the internet. Like, oh, this is funny. This is, haha. There's no punch to it. And again, for me, I'm of the George Carlin school. So comedy has to make you laugh and think, Without that, then you're just sitting there, just picking your nose and flicking boogers and farting, and then everyone trying to get everybody to laugh about it. Dude, I farted and picked a booger at the same time. Yeah, let's go. It's like, that's the thing. I mean, fart jokes have their place, but just not in my face. But there's also, I'm like, I keep referencing this Chris Rock thing. He's like, back in the day when you wanted somebody's job, you would work hard and then eventually get it. Now you just wait for them to say some dumb shit and get them in trouble. And I'm like, you're not wrong. So everyone's walking around with the little lock on their mouth. Everyone wonders why people are emotionally repressed, ready to just explode at any given moment. The world's eyes are on you at all times. Shh, be careful. Yeah, it's kind of a draconian lifestyle if you think about it. We're worried about government and foreign policy and all that stuff invading us. We're doing it to ourselves. People don't even realize it. People don't even realize that they have started their own mob mentality / witch hunt, and they're burning people at the stakes. They're just pouring gasoline and throwing matches at it like it's the 4th of July, and they're just clapping and laughing the whole time in their self-righteous, mentality of, look what I did. I did good. I stopped that person from talking. You hear that? I got this book banned. Yeah, I did it for all the right reasons. What were those? Well, they said the word fat in that book, and that's fat shaming. What? Yep. What? Whatever. It's so disappointing because, hey, we're a little older. So especially me, dude, I'm like 500 here. So I've seen it all, as it were. And it sucks that, like, when I went to bed, right? Dude, a lot of communication, jokes were funny. You could laugh at things, and now it's like there's this. Because I gotta say, everyone out there has to feel that ominous, unseen stress of social monitoring. Tell me I'm wrong, right? But I feel like everybody on the planet, whether they recognize it or not, every time they go outside, every time they're talking to somebody, you're in a diner, you're in a restaurant, there's this presence of, and stuff that you might have laughed at a couple of years ago. You're like, your first reaction now is going to be like, what is somebody going to think? If I laughed at that, what's somebody going to think? And then you just kind of blow, oh, yeah, well, And then you just kind of dismiss it. Try not to laugh. I hope nobody saw me laugh. Anybody see me laugh? You didn't see me laugh, right? Okay, good. It's weird. You feel it in the air. It's palpable, Unless you see one of those aloof people who are just like, yeah, whatever. I'm going to eat a potato in the middle of a shopping, mall or whatever.